Crafters, welcome to my channel. Today I want to share with you a little flip folio. This is Simple Stories Vintage Meadow Flowers collection that I used for this particular album. Okay, so this front bit is actually a pocket and I've just laid some ephemera on there. I've kept these tags intact and just cut off the corners, and this was part of the ephemera in the collection. And then we've got the pocket section here. When you turn it over, I have just simply gotten a piece of cardstock from the collection and done a divot in there from my punch. So it's the Creative Vasen punch. I'll just grab it. Okay, it's the notch punch. So this is it here. It's an Amazon product, and I just done it so that it kind of looked like resembled like a file folder, and used a couple of stickers from the collection. So I love that overhang from the pocket. It just adds a bit more to the other side of it, that more appeal, I want to say, to the look of it, the overall album there. Once you put everything back, it's really stunning. I love this collection. And there we go. So that looks like that. So I love that. And then I've just added a couple of journaling spots that I cut out from the 12 by 12 collection. And then you've got a place here for photos. This one I've done pretty plain and pretty basic. In the center here, I've created this tag and turned it into a pocket. And once again, I use my Creative Vasen punch there as well. And we open this up and you can literally stick a photo mat inside of that. I'll just use this to give you an idea. Or you can put a big journaling card there, but lots of room here for your photos as well. And then just on this side, pretty plain, another pocket, and we've got these two here. And here, lots of room for photos. And all I've done here is used a little die cut that I had. And the die, I think, was just a generic die, which I got. You know how you get the Rolodex dies? It had paperclip dies in there as well. So I thought I'd just use one here and hold it down with a butterfly. And then just a couple of die cuts here. So pretty basic, nothing outrageous. You know, I guess you can call it a one-sheet wonder if you want to. But, yeah, it's very versatile. Once you add in ephemera and everything like that, I think it's quite nice. So let's get started with the tutorial for this one. Now, bear with me. Alrighty. So I've got everything planted down. Okay. That will go down the center and that will go down the end. All right, now we need a 7.5 by 12. You can tell I love my 7.5. I'm just gonna zoom out a little bit. So 7.5 by 12. We're gonna score at 1.5. We're gonna score at 4.5, and we're gonna score at 10.5. Now, you can round the corners at this point if you want to round the corners. It's totally up to you. Just for video purposes, I'll do it on this one. So that is your base. Once again, I tailored these to what I kind of had left over from previous projects. I try and use up whatever leftover cardstock that I have. If not, then you guys can create it just with, just with whatever cardstock you've got. Okay, so the attachment to create a pocket here is 4 by 7.5, and we're going to attach it to this pocket here. Now I'm going to round the corners on here too, and this is such a simple project. I love this. All right, so once again we're going to grab out our glue and move that out the way. I'm going to put glue on this side, and I'm going to stick glue along the edge of the line up to that score line. You don't want it on the score line because you'll find that your pocket, it'll be hard to fold over. Now, sometimes when we create a plain base like this, we could lay a cardstock on top. And I know I have a lot of paper packs which are single-sided, so it's perfect to have cardstock base. And then there are other times where I've got double-sided paper, for instance, like with this one, so it makes it easier just to create it that way. All right, so what we've done is we created that pocket on the front here, okay. And you can like decorate this before you glue it down, like put designer paper on before you glue it down. It's up to you. Now the inside pocket here we've got, and we do it, we cut it out at 2 by 8.5 and score 1/2 inch on both ends. And once again, you can do that little divot in the middle. So I'm just going to press it down and then line it up. On my notch here, I've actually put a line, you can see there, for the center, so it helps me to line it up better. Okay, and that pocket will just stay down on here, so we'll stick that down. Once again, I'm just going to use glue for this. Whoa. And we are going to glue that down to the bottom. Once again, as close as you can to that score line, but not on the score line, because we still need to be able to close it. All right. That's perfect. Then the center part we are going to do. So this is, didn't give measurements for that one, did I? All right, so let me get my scoreboard out. I usually write the full measurements down. Okay, so we've got the scoreboard, so 10.5, and we're going to score it at 1/2 inch, 4.5 inch, and then 8.5 inch. Or if you turn it around like I've got it, I scored it at 2 inches, at 6 inches, and 10 inches. So you're going to have it at 10.5 by 6.5. So let me put that on there. 10.5 by 6.5. All right, that's your overall paper. And I scored it at 2, 6, and 10. Now, for this part, what you want to do is we're going to have it, so let me see. Okay. So that bit there is going to be the 10 inch side, sorry, or it's only like 1/2 inch score there. We're going to glue down to this side. Now, what you will do too is you will create another little hinge to put on this side as well. So I would do it ordinarily, I would do it at 1 inch and score it in 1/2. But as usual, I'll just see if I've got paper. Oh, I've got paper hanging around. I didn't want to waste any paper, that's all. I wonder if that'll help. Oh, that'll do. Okay, so you would make your hinge 6.5 down, okay? But So it'll be 1 by 6.5. So I'm going to score it in half. I'm just going to, that line there, that's where I'll cut. And of course, everything is just on the fly today. You always think you've got everything prepared, but, you know, sometimes you can't be prepared enough. I'm just going to cut that off. All right. So once again, I've just used some leftover cardstock there. And we've got 1/2 inch hinges here. And all I want to do, if you're going to do whatever colour cardstock, you'd make it from the cardstock. I forgot to actually cut out an extra piece. Now mine's not going to be long enough, but I've already given you the measurements, so it really doesn't matter. This is for video purposes. Ordinarily yours would be 6.5 across here. All right, and then I'm just going to simply glue it down. Now, before you glue it down, you can also choose, if you like, to do a notch or half a circle. Totally up to you. I might get my half circle punch and punch it out. And I've got glue on there. So I'd want to put probably designer paper down first before I punch this out. And then once you've got your glue on your hinges, glue it down the bottom as well to create that pocket. All right. And then I'm just going to pull it down. And if you've got cardstock, and you want to put designer paper, do that first before you lay this pocket on top. All right. So now we have got this flat piece here. Okay. And you could do what I've got here, put a little tag, and then all I done was put glue along just underneath here and just at the bottom, and I created a little pocket. And you can notch that bit out if you want to, totally up to you. Or you could put another layer of cardstock underneath to create another pocket if you choose to. All right, so then we move on to this side, which we're going to create just a simple pocket. So it'll be 6.5 by, let's see, by 4. So this one is actually, sorry, 7.5 by 4. Okay, I forgot the other piece was 6.5. So 7.5 by 4, and we're just going to glue it down. So we want glue across here, and as close as we can to the edge. These are great to make. Once again, it's so easy to create for mass production, or if you're doing swaps, it's something nice, you know, to put in your swaps, or if you're giving gifts, it's also nice to do that as well. And I'm just going to butt that against that score line and line it up, and we're going to create that pocket. All right, there we go. So that is literally it. Like I said, I basically designed this one so that we've got more room for photos as opposed to embellishing. Now you can actually put a tie on here. You can punch a hole here and run a ribbon around it. You could put a belly band on top, totally up to you. All right, well, thank you for stopping by again. Thank you for taking the time to watch my channel. Stay tuned for more projects to come. I'm excited to be able to get working on more projects. I'm slowly getting that mojo back after a tough year last year. So much happened that you kind of want to forget certain events of that year. So, all right. Thank you again. Have a happy scrappy week, and we'll see you again. Bye.